Good morning, friends. If you're just tuning in and you've never been here before, you're at our Mandala universes. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Ms. M. How are you this morning? The trough of fall. Good morning, Amy. Can you hear me? This morning's question. I just turned the volume up in case that has anything to do with it. Oh, goodness. Kathy says they're very, very tired. She's been awake since 3:45. 3:45 is really early or really late, depending. And Amy says, I'm tired too, feeling like a Doolittle day. A Dr. Doolittle day, probably just what's ordered. I wish I could have one. I have to go to work. I guess I kind of did a lot on my days off this week. It was a busy week. We did a photo shoot I was on it for 2 days, mostly doing styling and things, and it was pretty exhausting. Good morning, Michelina. But thanks to all of you and your good advice, last time I was here, I put on my glasses and I left them on, and I was on my way to an event, taking the bus way out to the bay. And all of a sudden I realized that I wasn't thinking about where my eyeballs were going anymore. So I've been wearing them a lot, and it's kind of fun. I like it. And Michaela says, love your new glasses. Thank you. Well, yeah, I get to wear them because all of you are good help. And Ms. M is saying, family event today. A group of us been up since 4 a.m. prepping food. That must be a lot of family and a lot of feast. Can I come over? What are you making? And Kathy's saying, yay, glasses. Happy to hear. They are fantastic glasses. I really like them. It's nice to just, like at work, not to have to take glasses on and off. That's the whole reason. I can see without them, but working, it just makes life easier to not have to, have computer glasses and then talk to people glasses and computer glasses. Yeah, how am I feeling? I feel tired. I did my usual fall asleep on the couch, and about the time you were waking up, Kathy, I woke up on the sofa and was like, oh, wash face, brush teeth, crawl into bed. It's a very bad habit of mine, and I do it a lot. And I talked a little bit a few weeks ago about kind of looking at my habits and what serves, what doesn't serve, and trying to kind of rearrange schedules. And I'm really trying to figure that one out, because it seems like I would eat dinner, and then I could get ready for bed, and then I could read. Except I'm always freezing, so I like to take my shower or bath right before bed, so I'm like super toasty warm to crawl into the covers. So how to piece that all together. I'll come up with something. It'll work. And this time of year is just, it's so challenging with the dark mornings. So challenging for me. So I'm kind of just like, no, I can just be a slacker and figure it out later. Just do that whatever's easy, which whatever easy isn't always what's best, right? Certainly, I find that to be true for me. I'm quite ready to, default to easy, but doesn't always serve. So, my dears, it is 8:06, and I didn't do the whole spiel yet, so I'll do the spiel. Good morning, Sherilyn. I'm really glad you're here. This is our Mandala Universes. We are a group who meets every single day for 30 minutes, and we do checking in. We support each other. We hold space. We'll do some grounding or meditation or have a reading, and then we draw. And what we draw are paint or smush in the sand or arrange out of sticks and stones are mandalas. And mandala is the Sanskrit word for circle. And in that circle, we put whatever is arising for us, what's true for us. It may be just colors, it could be shapes, it could be words, stuff. Into and out of the circle they go. Mine has some delightful shapes and circles and words from friends. Here's a seahorse from Deb that she drew in there on our retreat this year. Carol's here, hello. And that's it. And then we check out, we check in with what's going on in our mandala, and we might shape that into an intention, some words for the day, something that we might carry with us, a little talisman or mantra or memento of the day. So, and if you are here and watching, you can comment, but you have to subscribe, and then you have to wait 20 minutes. And after you've decided that you can invest 20 minutes in being here, you can comment. So, welcome. Yeah, so now it's 8:08. It seems like a good time to do some grounding. Michelina, during the photo shoot, watched the kids over here, came over and spent some nice time with them. And Sita really loves to be brushed and combed, and she could be brushed and combed indefinitely, and hair will come out of her forever. And now she has that. Yesterday was actually her 10-year adoptiversary, the actual day. So she wore her crown for about 30 seconds and ate churu. And she'll get more churu today and will not have to wear a crown. But Michelina combed her and brushed her and made little felted balls of cat hair. And one of them, I came home, and this is what I found on my coffee table. And I just was like, squee, and laughing with such delight, and it like just lifted the mood of a long day. And it was, I just think it's gonna stay there, maybe forever, certainly for a long time, because every time I see it, it makes me think of Michelina, which warms my heart, and that she came and took such good care of the kids, and then just this whimsy, pure whimsy. So I wanted to share that with you. And Sherilyn says, sunny Sunday, 60 expected in the Chicagolands. I hope to ride my bike. First time since treatments. Oh, lovely, Sherilyn. I hope you have have a really enjoyable ride. So, I'm just having such a visceral thought of, just a lovely bike ride in the fall and the colors, and maybe you get to see sandhill cranes and all the beauty of this season. So find your place. Sitting, standing, lying down, walking. And in the teachings in my practice, there's, we meditate a lot in the Zen Buddhism. Zazen, just sitting. So we just sit, and we sit with our breath. And the breath comes in, and the breath goes out. So everything rises and falls away. Breathing in, filling up, and really noticing, what are the sensations of filling up with the breath? Where does the breath go? Where doesn't it go? Where do I want to, with my mind and my body, take it? My breath often is very much in the front of my body, and so it takes some awareness to bring it into the back of the body. I find that at work, I seem to hold my breath right here, right under my collarbones, because as I leave and am walking at the end of the day, I can feel that area release and drop. I'm like, oh, it's actually my breath that's holding there. Interesting. So breathe in. Nice, full breath. Maybe the fullest breath yet this morning. And if it's comfortable, take a pause at the top. And when you're ready, let it all out. And you can let that breathe out with a sigh, with an actual audible exhale through the mouth. Can be really cleansing. Lengthening the exhale longer than the inhale can be really relaxing, calming to the nervous system. And I'm going to just tap the mallets on the little drum, and as you're breathing in, breathing out, the breath rising, falling away, you can hear the waves of sound, building, rising, fading away, and then maybe a new sound will come in. Let's find out. And we'll breathe, and we'll listen, and then I have a little something to read for you. And this is words from Helen Marie. Yes, your body remembers the hard things, the fear, the tension, the times you had to hold it all together. But your body also remembers safety, a slow exhale, the comfort of a hug, the sound of laughter. It doesn't just carry pain. It also carries the possibility of healing. The body keeps the score, and it also keeps hope. your breath. Let your breath sweep through your whole body. So this next inhale, as you make it, breathe it all the way in, all the way down to your toes, the tips of your toes, the soles of your feet, the backs of your ankles. And as you breathe out, let that breath just sweep, lift like a butterfly net, and gently release anything you don't need. And when you're ready, if you want to do that a few more times, feel free. If your eyes were closed, you can open them. We'll come to the page. So, on the page, we draw a circle. And that can continue with the breathing. So you can use an inhale for the first half of your circle, and exhale for the second half of your circle. And go round and around and around and around. My circle looks more like an egg, but it's a perfect circle. And Sherilyn says, I love the crunch of leaves under my tires. Ooh. And yeah, it's the time of the year. Carol was speaking yesterday of the veils growing thin. So time to connect to our beloveds who have gone beyond, our ancestors. So when some thought about Samhain solidarity is coming to my mind. I've been thinking a lot about some kind of gathering that would happen regularly. And for some reason, Third Thursdays calls to me, which is maybe alliteration. Maybe starting the Thursday before Thanksgiving, to draw people together, maybe just have a simple soup supper. That's right before, the madness of holidays begins. So maybe doing like a clothing swap or a swap, and maybe a little bit of a food drive to maybe keep us from having to do as much shopping, to spread the wealth of the things that are living in the backs of our closets or bottoms of drawers that are lovely but maybe not ours, or gifts that we've received that maybe we don't feel quite right about merely donating them, but having a little agency in there, going on to their next roles. So that's shaping, but I'm wondering, have any of you been doing any gatherings or something, yeah, with some intention, around the moment, but also, to connect, what does mutual aid look like? So curious your thoughts on that. Some sort of pumpkin yarn ball thing going on over here. And it's 8:22, so there's plenty of time to be drawing, painting, sipping chai. And Michelina says mutual aid gatherings, food, listening circle, mending, seed swap, recipes, hugs. Yeah. Yeah. Creating and co-creating and sharing. Poetry share, haircuts, more listening. Oh, I could offer haircuts, color, massage. The things that I don't do for a living anymore, but skilled. Yeah, and there's something, Michelina, in your describing and the listening, to create both, informality of the gathering, but the ritual of intention. So the listening isn't just participating in chatter, if that makes sense. That's the call that I'm hearing in your words. And everyone, I'm also being inspired by your words that, each one has something of their own to bring to the circle, so it's not that everyone needs to, bring something to eat. Maybe someone has, an offering of words or poetry, music, a skill. I think the libraries have been having, it's 8:27 already, like mending fairs of even like, small electronics and stuff. And McLean says, yes, that is exactly what I mean. People are needing to feel heard, to be heard. Today's Sunday, and it is the 26th of October. And the words I'm putting to my mandala are to be heard. To be heard. Still a funny little pumpkin yarn ball. Funny little spice cake is sneaking up to get the cat food. No, not for you. Thank you. Do you want to come say hi? Come on. Say hi. Michael. This is not the adoptiversary girl. This is Olivia. Thanks, dear. Hi. Amy says, willing to listen. You're very, very welcome, Ms. M. Have a beautiful gathering today. And Sherilyn says, don't default to easy. It does not serve. And McLean says, my word, thinning of the veil. And we have reached the last few seconds where it is a big, juicy, gentle hug. Little squeeze. Love. And we will meet again tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning, right here on YouTube. And if you want to tag your mandalas from today at our Mandala Universes, you can do that on Instagram, and they'll be on the Instagram page for 24 hours, and then poof, they become part of the veil. Love you all. Thank you for being here this morning, and